Welcome to this episode of Best of America by Horseback. I'm Tom C. With winter in full swing and snow already on the ground in many of our central and northern states, some of us are already looking for some warm weather riding escapes for the winter. On this episode, we'll highlight several of these locations for you.
We will ride in Florida on the Marjorie Car Cross Florida Greenway, where Tom and guests rode across Florida over bridges and through forests of central Florida. We will also cruise the Caribbean with viewers for a special trip to Grand Cayman and Jamaica, where we rode and swam on horseback through the crystal clear waters and breathtaking scenery of these tropical getaways.
So sit back and relax and enjoy some winter riding destinations on Best of America by Horseback.
On this episode of Best of America by Horseback, we are highlighting some of our favorite winter riding destinations available to guests who enjoy riding year-round. This week, we'll be riding down in the Caribbean in the beautiful waters and lush green scenery of Jamaica and Grand Cayman, where trail riders can get away in the winter months for a winter riding vacation. But first, we will take you riding on the Marjorie Car Cross Florida Greenway. This Florida State Park is a 110-mile linear conservation and recreational corridor across Florida on much of the land formerly known as the Cross Florida Barge Canal Project.
In the 1930s, when there was all these people put to work by the government, they used horses and mules and hands to start making the barge canal. And what they did was they scraped the dirt out. There's about a quarter mile in between the two ridges here, but they scraped all the dirt down to the limestone up, and they made mounds about 30 to 35 feet high. So as the trees have grown up on those since the 1930s and they quit doing this, these mounds are like natural little hills, but they have ravines and cut-throughs. We also have the ridge to ride on. We have huge limestone boulders they dug out of the middle. It doesn't look like it's man-made, but it's all man-made. It's not flat. There's bands where it's all pine trees. There's bands where it's all oak trees. It's very different terrain depending on what part of the Greenway you walk on. It's a very unique trail system for Florida.
You get on some of these trails and you got the big, the canopy, the closed canopy of the oaks and all that with the Spanish moss, and it reminds me a lot of the cathedrals that I've been in, places in, in Italy and France and all that, and going to some of those amazing cathedrals, and it's like very similar. The serenity and the quiet and the majesty.
I heard some of the trail riders this morning on the trails we were riding saying that this is one of the best kept secrets of the area. What is it you would like for people to know about this place so that it's not so much of a secret and people can come here and ride their horses?
Well, it's called Shangri-La because it is the favorite of all the trails. We have Santos Trailhead, trails go through the horse park, or land bridge, comes over the land bridge. It's the nicest of the trails and the quietest of the campgrounds, so this is the best spot there is.
Usually when there's a park or a project, they wait till the opening date and they say, these were the plans, we built it, it's finished, it's done. You guys got this thing all backwards. You guys are opening it up and continually evolving down the pike. It grows as the needs grow and through the future. You ever think about that?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of also part of the unique story and history of this property, that it started out as a giant, it was going to be a sea level ship canal in the 1930s, and then evolved to actually the state and federal government buying the land to dig a giant sea level ditch from the Gulf of Mexico to the St. Johns River. And then that changed after it got started in the 30s during the Great Depression. It changed during World War II when ships were being sunk off the coast by German U-boats. Congress in 1942 changed the project into the lock and dam system of the barge canal, similar to what the Panama Canal went through. And then that got funded in 1964 and started, and then was stopped in 1971 when the project was about a third of the way done. So as all those things happened, then it sat dormant for 20 years. They decided to make it a giant linear conservation and recreation corridor. So just having the shape of it, it being a mile wide and over 70,000 acres from the Gulf of Mexico to the St. Johns River, 110 miles long. That unique history, I think, has led to how it has become and got started as a recreational corridor, and then how we've worked to adapt to what people want to see on it. And Florida has a great public process in our park system of getting people's input on what they want to see on their public lands and in their state parks. And we've tried to be responsive to that and develop it in that manner. And again, with that balance of protecting and trying to enhance the wildlife and the habitat.
We're very lucky in Florida in that the park system in the last 10 years, it's been rated like 5 times the best park system in the United States. And they support us very well in that, you know, first they built the land bridge over the interstate, DOT. They got DOT money that was interstate funds that couldn't be used for the actual road, and they built the road over the interstate. Then they've built the 2 tunnels
Now that overpass
over there.
looks like an overpass to the people in the cars, but when I ride across it, you can't see the people in the cars.
There's a 10-foot planter on both sides and a 20-foot roadway in the middle. And yeah, there's 5 or 10 feet of bushes and trees on both sides of you until you get to the middle where there's a window. Your horses don't even know. It's noisier on the trails along the interstate than it is when they're going up and over the interstate.
For more information on riding and camping on the Marjorie Harris Carr Cross Florida Greenway, you can log on to floridastateparks.org to join the Cross Florida Greenway Equestrians, or for more information about their organization, log on to greenwayequestrians.org. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Best of America by Horseback is highlighting some of the best winter riding destinations for trail riders to escape to for a midwinter riding vacation. We are riding the beaches and island terrains of Jamaica and Grand Cayman in the Caribbean. Tom is taking viewers there by cruise ship. They will share with you their experiences riding and swimming horses in the warm, crystal clear waters of these Caribbean islands. Our first stop is Falmouth, Jamaica, where we rode with the Chukka Ride and Swim Adventure Excursion. Here, riders experience the combination of riding the backcountry trails of Jamaica with spectacular views of the island, with an exhilarating swim with the horses in the warm turquoise Caribbean Sea. Tom talked with Terry Ann Clementson about this unique adventure.
You've been doing this for how many years?
We started the company in 1983, so that's 30 years. We just celebrated our 30th anniversary. How we started was actually with our horseback riding tour. Our directors are big polo players, and they found that after playing the ponies, then what they do is they take them in the ocean for a swim. And they thought, well, you know, they enjoy it. It was cooling down the horses, and then they figured, well, it's a great idea. Let's develop a tour.
Tell me some specifics about your ride, the things that you enjoyed, that people who are watching this show are looking at you and saying, I wonder if I should go do this. What am I going to see? Who am I going to meet? What's going to happen?
What I enjoyed the most about the experience was getting to know everyone and feeling as though I was riding with a bunch of friends on a trail ride. It has been years since I've ridden big trail rides, and the group we went on where all of us got to ride together, 30 years so of us that rode together, was a lot of fun.
We were impressed by Chukka's commitment to the safety of our riders. They carefully matched riders with horses, gave each rider instructions and time in the arena to become comfortable with their horse, and supplied riding helmets. The guides were attentive and thorough, making sure each rider was matched with the right horse before going out on the trail.
Sometimes you hear stories about islands and tourism and so forth, and you hear scare stories. But everybody we have met and seen has been so friendly. Is that pretty much the Jamaican people?
I'll tell you what we pride ourselves on as a country, and it's not just at Chukka, but it's anywhere you go in Jamaica, is our people. That's, or in my opinion, our #1 resource.
You check everybody out so everybody's comfortable on the horses, and then you went up through some beautiful countryside. Describe what they saw.
I'll tell you, a part of my director's vision is to always include our history as well, country. So what we do with this ride, you'll start here, there's our practice ring, so everybody gets comfortable before they actually go out. And we'll take you into the local community for one. There's a windmill, which is one of our, like I said, it dates back to history during slavery, because this was a plantation. So that's the windmill that used to drive power on the plantation. So it passes there. There's a little bit of history on the ride as well. It takes you into the local community. You know that our country is mountainous, so we'll take you to a high peak where you can actually see, you know, the entire, however much, you know, long.
Swimming the horses in the warm turquoise Caribbean Sea was exhilarating and quickly became a new way for riders to enjoy horseback riding, and it showed when they talked about their experiences.
Best of America with extreme! We just did a fantastic ride. I can't tell you enough about this place. We rode in the water with them swimming practically the whole time. That was amazing. Woo!
Did you make it fun, don't they?
You know, it was so exciting to do that, even for myself. Now, I have ridden on the beach at Myrtle Beach with you and for the Heart Association. What a great trip that was, and we both had a great time. But we really didn't go into the water then. And on this trip, we actually got to go in the water twice, you know, at 2 different times. And so it was just invigorating. It was exciting. And the horses were great, the people were great that led it, and I enjoyed watching all the smiles on their faces as people came back in and from riding. That was great.
I really enjoyed the safety precautions this place took. And there wasn't anything really overlooked for its safety for everyone, even the non-riders. You know, they were a little apprehensive, some of them, but I think everybody had a wonderful time.
I think Grand Cayman was way up there, you know, on the thrill list. And then thought, well, it doesn't get better than this, and we went to Jamaica and said, wow, that was way above that. So
I know we've watched the TV show several years now, and I never knew how funny you are. I mean, you are a hoot. And I thought, you need to show more of that.
On the ride, what were you thinking?
I guess it doesn't get any better than this. I mean, to me, this is the ultimate experience for riding. Just the whole package of the facilities and the horses and the staff at Chukka were amazing. They made the experience more enjoyable.
If you'd like to learn more about riding with Chukka Caribbean Adventures, you can visit their website, chukka.com. Stay tuned for more of Best of America by Horseback. We'll be right back. Welcome back to a special winter riding destination episode on Best of America by Horseback. Another stop on our cruise was the beautiful Cayman Islands. Here our group rode with Spirit of the West along the long sandy beaches of Grand Cayman, enjoying the warm weather and the sounds of the Caribbean Sea. Tom talked about this place, from how it's a paradise for visitors and the people who live here.
When people travel and pick a place to travel, there's always a safety concern, a security concern, health concern, but the Caymans doesn't have all those problems. What is it that you guys do that makes it such a haven for people to come visit?
Well, I believe we focus on our tourism product. The product itself for us, the tourism product, is important from the standpoint that we try to make sure access is good, all the things that you identified. We want to create the environment, and we want you to have the experience that you can make memories, and they'll be lasting memories, and we give you the environment to do that in.
Everything is so clean here. The people are so friendly. How do you do that part? That's just the way they are.
Well, the people are friendly, and that's how Caymanians are. And it comes from having to depend on each other, because we live on a small island and we depend on each other. They always say that it takes two hands to clap, so that's how we live. We live together as one people.
People that want to come here, find out more about fishing and all the outdoor activities and everything that you can do in the Caymans, including horseback riding. You have a website?
We absolutely do. CaymanIslands.com. Just Google Cayman Islands if you can't find it, and we'll pop up, and it's very easy for you to find us.
Tell me what you're thinking as you ride out there in the Caymans.
Oh, how empowering it was just to be in the fresh air along the sea, just along with everybody. It was amazing. Just felt free.
All the different things, whether it's on the ship, off the ship, in port, or wherever the locations are. What was your highlight?
I think my first highlight is just being with her, being able to chill and relax, not have to be worried about everybody else or take care of everybody else, just be able to share with them. And then I'd say it's going to be that horseback ride. And I really enjoyed that part of it.
Traveling by cruise ship allows our group time to get to know each other, enjoy a week of warm weather and beautiful scenery, and maybe even make a little mischief. Most riders shared the same message. It was the people who made the trip all the better.
It's kind of like a painted smile on people's faces. They just walk around with a smile. Does horses do that for you?
Oh, absolutely. And when you ride a horse, you borrow freedom.
What is your fondest memory you're going to take away from this trip on your riding experience?
I think the people, because we're just ordinary people doing extraordinary things.
This has been such a wonderful group. We've made so many friends over the years. We started riding with you guys in 2008. And it's really great to come back and see all of your friends that you've made over the years and spend time together and plan your next adventure.
I think that it's so good to make friends and acquaintances with people across the horse world, and Tom, you are the best at that. You are extraordinary at helping people enjoy each other's horse experience and giving them the best experience they could possibly have.
Everybody's got something in common, and it is horses. You can talk about them, it's a camaraderie that you have, and it's special.
Because I think as you get into some of these chapters, people are more sincere. We just want to be together. We want to enjoy getting up in the mornings and spending time and take memories home with us.
This was amazing. It's a kindred spirit kind of a thing. It was amazing how welcome we felt, and just we wanted to be a part of this group. This was something that was different, that had something going for it that I hadn't seen anywhere else.
If you'd like to learn more about visiting and riding in Grand Cayman, you can visit Spirit of the West website at CaymanBeachRides.com or the official tourism website, visit CaymanIslands.com.
Thank you so much for watching these winter riding destinations. If you'd like to learn more about these locations or are interested in joining us on future rides, you can visit our website, bestofamericabyhorseback.com, to see where we have been or where we might be going. Visit our Facebook page to speak with us and talk with other Best of America by Horseback fans in the comments section. You can also watch our episodes on our YouTube page to see more of the exciting riding locations and to help plan your next trail riding vacation. I'm Tom C. Stay tuned next week for another episode of Best of America by Horseback. Thank you so much for watching.